Melanie, I haven't heard from you in a while. How was your vacation trip? I'm currently at the hospital, and it turns out that I won't be getting discharged as soon as I thought I would. What? You're hospitalized? He never told me anything.
What's going on?
I'm disowning you moving forward.
Wait, what?
Trouble Busters!
My name is Melanie. It's been a week since I got hospitalized. Neither my husband Matthew nor my mother-in-law Nancy, who takes great care of me, have visited me a single time, and I'm feeling lonely. Hello?
Don't tell her, okay?
Huh?
Don't tell my mom that you're hospitalized right now, okay? I don't want her to worry about you.
Why are you saying that?
Just do as I say, okay?
Wait, Matt. He didn't ask me a single question to see how I was doing. Oh, that's Nancy. Hello? Melanie, I haven't heard from you in a while. How was your vacation trip? Huh? What trip? I can't even move. What do you mean by that? I'm currently at the hospital. Hospital? And it turns out that I won't be getting discharged as soon as I thought I would. What? You're hospitalized? He never told me anything. Wait. Huh? What? Hello? Matthew?
What?
What's going on?
What do you mean?
Where are you right now, and what are you doing?
You're so annoying. Stop acting like you're my wife.
What? Is your wife being needy again? Huh? Who is that?
She is. She's so annoying, isn't she?
That's so sad. Oh my God, he's cheating on me. Out of all times when I'm hospitalized like this? Melanie? Oh, Nancy. Hector.
Look, I wanted to tell you.
What? I'm not letting him get away with this. Trouble Busters. Hello?
Hey, where are you? You're supposed to come home today.
I'm at your parents' house. Your parents came to pick me up at the hospital.
Oh, I see. Okay, then I'll be right there. What's going on?
You know it for yourself, right?
Huh?
I'm disowning you moving forward.
Wait, what? Why are you saying that? I don't get it.
Right back at you.
What were you doing when your wife had been in the hospital?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
How was your vacation trip with your girlfriend?
Oh, you guys must be misunderstanding something.
Misunderstand? How so?
I did go on a vacation trip and I was supposed to go with Melanie, but since she couldn't make it any longer, I decided to go on my own.
Melanie didn't have any idea you were on a vacation trip.
I was planning on surprising her, and that's why I never told her.
Why didn't you cancel the trip then? Didn't you care about how Melanie was doing while she was hospitalized? What kind of husband are you?
Well, I happened to purchase a ticket to go on a tour. I thought about it so much, but the cancellation was super expensive. I felt bad for Melanie, but I had no choice but to go. I'm sorry about this.
Do you have a souvenir for me then?
Huh?
You prioritized the trip over your hospitalized wife. I hope you were concerned about how I was doing, and I hope you at least brought some souvenirs for me, right?
I do, of course I do, but since I was so worried about you to rush over here, I left everything at home. Oh, silly me.
Where did you go for the trip?
I went to Florida.
Are you sure you went to Florida?
I did. I went to Florida to go to Trouble World and saw Mikey Mouse there, too.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of kids out there would envy you.
That's right. I also got the chance to go to all those different theme parks and sipped on slushy inside souvenir cups. Oh, I had a great time.
So, where is the souvenir cup?
Huh?
If you're telling the truth, you brought back the souvenir cup with you, right?
Oh, I had a bunch of souvenirs with me, so I ended up sending myself a package from there. Oh, I wish I could show you such a cute little cup.
Your skin seems to look fine.
My skin?
You have sensitive skin. If you had really been at Florida going to different worlds at the theme park, I'm sure you would have gotten sunburn. But you look fine. Why is this?
Oh, I made sure I was wearing some sunscreen.
So where is the sunscreen?
I used it all up. What? Are you really accusing me of cheating?
This was bothering me so much, so I decided to give your workplace a call.
What? Why would you do that? I told you to do as I say, right?
Nope, I was concerned about the fact that you haven't even visited me a single time when I've been hospitalized for 2 weeks.
Why didn't you just do as I say, huh?
So you're telling me to just sit around and do as you say while you cheated on me knowing that I'm hospitalized?
I said I'm not cheating on you.
May I ask why you lied to your workplace then?
Huh?
Your workplace thought that you've been on a business trip these past 2 weeks.
Oh, that's right. I got too excited to talk about the sightseeing, but I actually went to Florida for a business trip to visit my client. So now, Melanie, Mom, Dad, do you understand that you guys are just thinking too much? You should stop accusing me of these silly things.
I wonder if you're telling the truth.
Huh? Hello, this is Tucker. I'm here.
We're coming.
Who's that? What's going on? Wait for me!
Hi, Tucker. Thanks for coming by.
No worries. I'm sorry I'm a little late. Who are you?
This is Tucker. He's my subordinate.
Nice to meet you, Matthew. What's going on? Hey, what are you waiting around for? Come over here. Oh, Chelsea.
Did you say something?
Nothing. I don't mean to be rude to you, Matthew, but yes? It seems like my wife, Chelsea, has been cheating on me as she went on a vacation trip with someone. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So I made her tell me the truth, and I found out that she's having an affair with the son of someone I know. And it seems like they've been having an affair for quite some time. I don't know anything about that. That's a problem between you and your wife. Why don't you just talk about that at your home? We're talking about an affair. It can't just end with a conversation at home. But I have nothing to do with it. Chelsea told me everything. She told me that you're having an affair with her. I don't know. I've never met that woman in my life.
Oh, you can't lie. You even said that you wanted to marry me as soon as we both break up with our spouses.
No, that's not true. I never said that. Please, leave.
Why are you lying? You said that you love me more than your wife.
Oh?
Huh?
Yikes!
So you've been cheating.
Oh no! Wait, hold on. Fine, I'll admit that I was cheating, but Melanie, you're my true love. You're the one and only one. And to prove that, I haven't laid my fingers on our money, right? That's because I wanted to continue our relationship.
Well then, can you explain to me about what happened to the $1,000 that we've been sending to your mother?
Huh?
You said that you would personally hand that money to your mother, so I've been handing you $1,000 every month. And that's strange. I never received a single penny from you.
Maybe you forgot about it?
How dare you say that?
Now, Chelsea, can you tell them about what you told me earlier?
Matthew has been taking me out to high-end restaurants every month. What? But, Matthew, you would only buy me a chocolate bar at the 99-cent store.
What?
He celebrated my birthday at the lounge at a luxury restaurant on the top of a building. What? But he would only give me a handwritten voucher of a massage voucher on my birthday.
Let me explain this to you guys.
He would also buy me purses and wallets from high brands just because I'm always pretty.
And you never gave me anything, Matthew. What's going on?
Oh, it's not like I used Melanie's money.
He said he's using his wife's money for his parents. Matthew, how dare you? Hey, Tucker, I told you all the truth, so would you forgive me now, right?
Why would I forgive you?
What?
You never took care of anything around the house. I've been sucking it up as long as you never cheated on me. And it turns out that you're cheating with my boss's son. I can't believe the two of you have gone on a vacation trip to cheat on us when his wife had been hospitalized. What makes you think that I would ever forgive you?
Oh, no. By the way, I'm breaking up with you, Matthew.
What? What? Oh, come on, don't be like that. I was just having a little fun with Chelsea, but you're my real wife, right?
Just reach out to me when you end up in the same situation.
Huh?
And when that happens, I'm going to do what you did to me. Right back at you.
She's being serious.
We're disowning you too.
Don't ever show your face to us again.
What?
If you enter our premises,
We're going to call the police.
Oh, I'm breaking up with you too, Chelsea.
what?
You're gonna compensate for all my pain and suffering for cheating on me.
What? I'm going to do the same, so don't forget about me too.
What?
I'm not going to pay you guys a single penny, right, Matthew?
That's right. You can try and do whatever you want, but there's no reason for us to pay you what you ask for. You probably didn't think I knew that there's nothing illegal about refusing to pay any compensations like that.
Woohoo, Matthew! You're such a smart man. You deserve to be with me.
Right? Right? Therefore, there's nothing much that you can do.
You wish, but I'm going to make sure I go all the way through to the end.
Huh?
Now that I know that you're not willing to make those payments, I'm going to be filing a civil lawsuit against the two of you after I request for the settlement.
A lawsuit?
Fortunately, I know your physical address, bank account information, workplace, and all other information that I'm going to need. All I need to do is file a lawsuit, and once the court finds you obligated to fulfill my request, I could have your properties seized legally.
What?
By the way, I could also have your paycheck seized as well. As soon as this goes through, your workplace will be notified as well.
Wait, does that mean?
The more you try to give us a harder time, you're going to dig yourselves a deeper hole. That's not good, Matthew!
Okay, I'll pay you the settlement. I'll make sure. And that's all you want, right?
No, I'm going to make sure your workplace is notified as well.
What? Why?
The two of you went on a vacation trip telling your company that you're on a business trip, right? What? Wait, what do you mean?
This means that what you guys have done is considered embezzlement.
What? Wait, Matthew, we'll be okay, right? You're going to make this okay, right?
Melanie, I never thought you would do anything like this to me. How dare you do this to me?
As she said, what goes around comes back around.
But this isn't even my fault, right?
What?
The reason why I ended up cheating on Melanie is because she's no longer young and beautiful. Of course I'd be interested in a newer model than an older model, right?
And your model type is as old as a floppy.
No, guys never get old.
Why don't you realize that you should be happy?
What?
You get to marry Chelsea now.
Oh, I guess you're right.
What makes you think that I'd marry you?
Huh?
You committed embezzlement. You're going to lose your job and you're worthless at that point. And our settlement is going to be doubled. Give me a break.
But I thought you said you wanted to marry me just earlier.
Huh? Why don't you look at yourself before you have the guts to say something like that? You're going to lose your job. You're a floppy. You're going to have a debt to pay settlement. You're a psychological deficit at this point. Psychological deficit is defined as a condition that involves abnormal thoughts, feelings, and behaviors.
Oh, so you're not interested in me anymore. Then, Melanie,
Yes?
you saw what just happened, right? She dumped me. You feel sorry for me, right? So please, give me another chance.
Not happening.
Why not?
Because I found out the type of person you are.
Huh?
I think it's a great thing to get older as we live longer. The more you get older, there's so much internal beauty that you can gain without aging. And I want to spend my life with someone who would feel the same way I feel.
Fine, then can we start off again as friends?
Cheaters will always cheat again. Wait, please hold on. A day after this incident, I immediately hired a lawyer. I filed a divorce with Matthew. I also made sure that I talked about his embezzlement. He was liable for the damages that he caused while rumors had spread. He ended up resigning from his job. Chelsea had nowhere to go after Tucker broke up with her. I heard Matthew and Chelsea started room sharing because they couldn't afford to support themselves individually. but they've been arguing with each other just to figure out who was at fault for letting all of this happen. As for me, despite the fact that I planned on moving back to my parents' house, Nancy and Hector were kind enough to ask if I wanted to become their adopted child and stay as their family. We support each other in our daily lives, and I'm grateful to have such a great family. Troublebusters!
Let's take a look at this, Melanie. We plan on moving to the address documented here. I inherited that property from my late grandparents. You can't do that. Your older brother is entitled to all of that inheritance. We've already hired contractors to start building our new house. Fine, have it your way. But let me tell you that… Yay, she said yes! My name is Melanie, and I'm currently a project leader for a new series of comics that my company is working on. I rent out a small apartment and live on my own. I'm 28 years old. I don't plan on ever getting married. I'm happy being on my own. Coming! Oh, hey!
I need to talk to you about something.
You could have just called me, you know.
Don't you want to see your brother from time to time? Anyway, I came here to…
What is it? I thought that you said we wouldn't be seeing each other anymore now that Grandpa and Grandma are gone.
That was the plan, but I came here to ask you why you sold our grandparents' house without my permission.
I had a reason for doing so. After Grandpa passed away, I needed to sell the house so that our grandma could live in a retirement home.
A retirement home? How come I'm only hearing about this now? Why didn't you look after her at home? Would have been much cheaper that way. I'm sure Grandma would have been much happier in her own house than in a retirement home. You owe her that. She's the one that raised us both. And it's not only that, you turned one of their properties into a parking lot. I can't believe that you're hoarding all the profits. I had no idea that you were so greedy and selfish.
You have it all wrong. It was their choice to leave the properties to me. I had no say in it.
Why you? Doesn't make any sense. I'm the son of the family.
When Grandma passed away, we didn't know where you were. You went MIA.
You could have tried to find me though.
Do you know that you need money to inherit assets from your family? And even after that, you need to pay taxes on properties and assets. That's why I turned one of the properties into a parking lot. I used the profits to pay taxes.
I don't believe you. I'm bringing my wife here with me next time so that we can sort this all out.
Oh, I didn't know that you were married. Where are you going? I hadn't seen my brother in 13 years, and this was our first conversation after over a decade. We were so indifferent from one another that we didn't get along well. I was upset that he was back in my life. He came over to my apartment unannounced and left when there was nothing left for him to say to me. Having my brother in my life was never good news for me. I'm Mia, Ken's wife, and these are my parents. Nice to meet you. I was trying to be polite to Ken's wife, but I didn't like her from the start. What were you thinking? What are you referring to? Ken tells me that you inherited everything from your grandparents and didn't offer him anything. I don't think that's very fair to Ken at all. You need to hand over the property that you turned into a parking lot to Ken. He's the rightful owner. What do you mean by that? Mia's pregnant with Ken's baby. They need a property to build a spacious house for their growing family. Also, they're going to need our help in taking care of the baby, so we're moving in with them. But that's not…
So we need you to hand over that property to us ASAP.
I just met you and I can't. I inherited the property from my grandparents. The property is mine. I paid all the expenses too. Ken is the son of the family. He's the one that's entitled to all of the inheritance. You have no right taking that away from him, you ugly four eyes. You're single and have no family. You don't even need that property, do you? Take a look at this document. We're building our new house at the address stated here. You can't. This is totally unexpected and I don't know what to say. That property was a gift from my late grandparents, and I have many beautiful memories there, including those of my parents when they were still alive. I want to preserve the building in its original state. I can't have you demolish it and build a new building. And any remaining profits I make from the parking lot, I donate to orphanages because my grandparents love children. Who cares about past memories? You should worry about the future of your nieces and nephews. You have no say in this anyway. The property belongs to Ken.
What's the point of donating money to a bunch of kids that you've never met?
We'll make better use of the property. You're just letting it go to waste. Anyway, we came here to tell you that everything inherited to you belongs to Ken. You're being absurd. You have no right to make this decision.
What is her problem? Why is she making everything so complicated? We've already decided that we're tearing down the existing building and constructing a new home. We don't care if you agree or not.
Tear down? You can't do that. But I wasn't able to stop them and they went ahead with their crazy plan. Ken and Mia were so similar to one another, I could see why they were married. They were perfect for each other. Ken wasn't the kind of brother that you wanted. The last thing that he did before going MIA was steal $50,000. Not again. Melanie, are you home? Oh, it's Helen. I'm so glad. Melanie, you look upset. Is everything all right? It's a long story. Come on in. Yes, thanks. I was relieved to see Helen. We were colleagues at work and also good friends. She was a great listener and she even brought over some cake. Let's first talk about work and get that out of the way. No, your personal life first. That's way more important. And tell me what happened. Well, it's about my estranged brother. I told Helen about how my brother had showed up at my door demanding that he get all of my grandparents' inheritance. What a nightmare, you poor thing. That makes no sense. I agree with you there. You can't let them get away with this. It's not fair to you or your grandparents. They shouldn't be able to just take what's rightfully yours. If you let them bully you this time, they'll keep doing it. That's a very good point. I'm glad that I talked to you about this. Thank you so much for listening. You should get that. Thanks, I'll be quick. Hello, this is Melanie speaking.
This is Aaron.
Aaron seemed to be in a bad mood. He was one of the people that rented out the parking space in my parking lot. He was in his early 30s and had a successful career as a real estate agent. He was very wealthy and a little intimidating if you ask me.
I heard that you're closing down the parking lot that I'm currently using. What's this all about and why am I hearing about it from someone else? I have a 3-year contract with you and it's only been a year and a half.
Well, about that, I briefly mentioned to one of your colleagues, but I explained to Aaron the complexity of the issues I was facing with my family.
Oh, that's one ugly mess you have on your hands. I don't think that your family can do this to you.
I agree with you.
Let me help you out since this is an issue concerning me as well.
That would be amazing. Thanks so much, Aaron.
You shouldn't let them boss you around like this. They have no right to do that. Don't be the loser that they think you are.
I suppose you're right, but I don't know how I'm going to get them to give this up.
Hey, don't cry now. We'll figure this out together, okay?
Why are you so kind, Aaron?
Well, when I was younger, I was a bit of a juvenile, and your grandmother saved me.
I had no idea.
So I owe it to your grandmother to help you out. Sound good?
Yes, I could really use your help. Get going, Melanie. I'm on your side as well.
We won't forgive them!
Troublebusters!
Troublebusters! What do you want, Melanie? Don't go wasting our precious time.
Looks like you finally come to the decision of handing over the property to us. Hand over the deed, Melanie. We don't have all day. We've already hired the contractors to start building our new home. Sure, have it your way. But did you know that the property is... Yay! She said yes! I'm so looking forward to our new home.
A brand new home with a beautiful garden. What a dream come true! I knew that you'd give it in the end.
I took the liberty of making all the arrangements. Construction starts tomorrow. Why would you do that? I already took care of it. Explain it to us. This is Aaron. He currently rents out one of the parking spaces in the parking lot.
Who the hell is this and what does he have to do with anything? Ooh.
I let Aaron know that we were closing down the parking lot and asked him to terminate his contract with me. He was not happy about this.
That's right. I had a 3-year contract with Melanie and you went and screwed that up. Well, you should have consulted with us first before going ahead and doing something so selfish. We didn't know you had a contract with Melanie, but the property belongs to Ken, so he has every right to build a house on it, no?
You're not making any sense, old man. You can't ignore existing contracts and do whatever you want. Don't call my husband an old man. You're not so young yourself, lady.
Calm down, you barbarians!
Melanie, your brother and his in-laws are crazy people.
Well, if they go ahead and build the house without our permission, it makes it easier for them to try to make their case. That's why I recommended that Melanie build a house of her own before you get around to it.
Hey, you had no right to do that. But if Melanie builds her house, you won't be able to use your parking space anymore.
I don't care about that. I owe Melanie's late grandmother a favor, and I'm doing this for her. What's the point of doing a favor to someone who's no longer alive? She was like family to me. Melanie's her granddaughter, and I'll do everything I can to protect her. You're not making much sense to me. You don't deserve to live in a brand new house. A shack will do.
What the hell is your problem, you pompous ass?
The property that you're trying to steal belongs to Melanie. She's even paying taxes on the property.
So what? Ken's her big brother. He can use the property if he wants to.
No, he can't. It belongs to Melanie, and she can do as she likes.
Why was Melanie the sole inheritor of the property? Ken was their grandson too. That's not fair.
So you're saying that grandchildren should be treated equally?
That's right.
Well, if that's your argument, we need to talk about something else first.
What are you talking about?
Melanie took care of her grandparents when they became old and sick. Where was Ken when they needed him the most?
Well,
Melanie visited her grandmother in the hospital every chance that she had. When her grandparents died, she took care of the funeral arrangements on her own. Isn't that why her grandparents left their inheritance to her and not Ken?
Sorry to interrupt, but
No probs. You should say everything that's on your mind. No need to hold back.
thank you. There's one thing I want to make clear to everyone.
What is it, Melanie?
I know that you stole $50,000 from our grandparents. What? How could you?
I didn't steal the money. I just borrowed it for some time.
You should have asked for their permission before doing that.
I was waiting for the right opportunity to tell them, but I never got around to it.
Well, you could have tried to pay them back. This was over a decade ago.
I've been busy and had other things on my mind. I forgot.
That's so selfish of you. $50,000 is a lot of money. It's not something that you forgot about.
That's not what I meant.
You only care about yourself.
What does it matter to you? It's all the past.
In the past, you don't seem to understand how hard our grandparents worked to provide for us. You can't go and waste their precious money like that.
50,000 isn't that much.
Well, if you're so rich, why don't you buy your own property and build a house there? Regardless of the reason, it's wrong to steal. Even if you say that you were borrowing the money from your family, you didn't ask for their permission nor bother to pay them back.
You're not a part of this family. Stop criticizing me.
You're such an idiot. Since you were already 18 at the time, you wouldn't get protection as a minor either.
We're talking about something that happened 13 years ago. I'm not guilty anymore.
Ken's right. If over 7 years has passed, that person is no longer guilty. Don't make him feel bad for something that he did when he was 18. He was still immature.
Thanks, Mia. I knew that I could count on you. You're both such losers. You just don't get it, do you? You're right in that, after 7 years, someone who committed theft can no longer be charged. But this is just regarding criminal penalty.
What do you mean?
In civil law, the offender is responsible for a period of 3 years after the crime has come to light. In cases where the details are unknown, the crime is punishable for a period of 20 years. What does that mean for me? My grandparents knew that I took the money and he didn't do anything about it, so my case applies to the first rule that you just explained.
Ken, don't you know their grandparents believed that you'd pay them back till the moment they died? That's why they never reported this to the police. They didn't want to accuse you of stealing. Especially because they didn't have any evidence, and more importantly, they didn't want to hurt your feelings. But now you have confessed to the crime. I'm going to make sure that you get the punishment that you deserve.
Hold on a second, Melanie.
What is it?
I thought that Japanese law states that even if you take money from your family, it isn't a crime, am I right?
I saw someone say on the television as well. What the hell are you talking about? Stealing is stealing. It doesn't matter who the victim is.
Actually, what they're saying is true.
What? And I don't have a case against my brother? So people can steal from their families and get away with it? That's absurd.
This rule applies to immediate family and family members living under the same roof. Seems that they got past that loophole. We can't seek criminal penalty, but we can still sue you and ask for a civil penalty.
This is way too complicated. So Ken won't be punished by the police, but he might still have to pay the money for his crime?
We don't need to listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
You can't fool us with your words.
Believe what you want, but I know what I'm talking about. You do know the difference between criminal and civil law, right? If you're punished under criminal law, you get a criminal record afterward. Even if the punishment is small, like $500, it'll be recorded. In civil law, even if someone is ordered to pay $1 million, they don't get a criminal record. But they need to keep their promise and pay the money. Otherwise, their assets and money will be seized.
Does this mean that either way we're screwed?
Yes, you finally get it. Melanie and Ken's grandparents are deceased, but Melanie can act as their legal representative and sue Ken.
This can't be happening.
Well, it is, and you need to face reality. I have a headache. I work with lawyers on a frequent basis due to my job. I can introduce a good lawyer to Melanie. She'll win the case against you for sure. So be prepared to be served. Let me also add that I have a lot of friends that are willing to roughen you up if you don't pay up. Melanie, I'm really sorry about this. Will you be willing to forgive me?
It's too late to apologize to me, Ken. I've forgiven you for stealing cash from my wallet, but the amount you stole from our grandparents is much bigger.
Oh, you knew about that? I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, you certainly need to make some time for self-reflection, huh? I also can't forgive you for coming to see me after over a decade and trying to steal my property.
I see how selfish I was. I'm so sorry.
How could you do this to our grandparents? They raised us with love after our parents died. I can't believe that you would repay them in this horrible way. I'm not going to forgive you for what you did to them.
Melanie, please! I was stupid! I'm gonna change! You had to believe me! I'm your brother!
I don't consider you to be my brother. You were never around when I needed you. I won't rest until you've paid back what you stole.
I don't have any money!
Well, get as many jobs as you need and start saving up.
Mia, what are we gonna do now?
This is all your fault. It's not my problem.
Please don't leave me to suffer alone!
You're completely useless, Ken.
I can't allow you to stay married to me after all the trouble you've caused us! Somebody please help me! No one's gonna help you, Ken. You're on your own.
Go to hell, Ken. You need to take responsibility for what you did. I won't be fooled by your tears. Just to let you know, I've decided to create a new office space for my colleagues on the property that our grandparents left me. Why did I marry such a loser? This sucks. I was so looking forward to living in our new home.
Why is this happening to us?
Ken and his family now owe me a total of $100,000. The four of them share a small apartment, and I imagine that they fight about money every day. Ken took on multiple jobs to pay me the money that he owed me. He's having a tough time because he's not very good at his jobs, and he gets yelled at by his coworkers. Over time, Ken paid back all of the money to me. My new office space was also finished, and I was feeling happy again. I'm going to put the bad memories of my brother behind me and work hard to make some marvelous comic books. I'm so grateful to Helen and my friends as well as my grandparents who are probably watching over me from heaven. Troublebusters. Alan's mother is waiting for him in the lobby.
What's going on, Helen?
Your mother is in the hotel lobby.
Hand the phone over to me. Can you please ask her to leave? I don't want to see her.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yes, I'm sure. What kind of crazy mother shows up at her son's honeymoon venue? Can't be my real mother.
My name is Helen and I work in the sales department of an insurance company.
This is so cool! You're the top 3 salespeople of our company once again! Great job, Helen!
Thank you, Joe. I love my job and I love working in sales. As you can see, I have a positive outlook on life. And luckily, I've been doing really well. I'm always one of the top salespeople at our company. I also have a great husband whose name is Alan. I love him so much. There's just one person bugging me, though. My mother-in-law. Oh no, she's here again. I'm home.
Helen, how was your day?
It was good. Alan, try some of this meat. It's delicious. This all looks amazing. Yes, you should try it. I wanted to make my son a nice meal.
Thanks, Mom. Now that Helen's home, let's enjoy this dinner together.
Yes, all right. Will Helen be long? I know how she likes to prioritize work over family. That's not true. They're both important to me, but if I had to choose, I'd choose Alan. Alan makes enough money on his own. Why do you have to go and work full-time as well? I just don't understand. I'm sorry to keep you both waiting. I'm ready to sit down for dinner now.
Yay! Now we can enjoy this nice meal together.
It bothers me that Helen makes more money than you, Alan. If you ever get sick of Helen, I'd be fine with you getting a divorce. I want you to be happy. Can we start eating? I'm starving. Okay, fine, let's eat. As you can see, Alan's mother detests me. She doesn't understand why I would choose to have a busy career versus being a housewife that takes good care of her husband. I'm so full.
Yes, I'm stuffed. Thanks for preparing this. It was great.
Yes, it was delicious. Thank you very much. Let me cut up some apple slices for dessert. Please allow me to do that. That's all right, Helen. I can do it. I know how busy you are with work. You must be very tired. I'm not tired. Thank you for your concern, though. It's really no problem. I don't understand why you make Alan do half the chores, though. Isn't that your job as his wife?
Mom, please don't criticize Helen. This works well for us. Times are changing. It's not a woman's job to do all the chores by herself.
You're too nice to her, Alan. It's okay to rely on her for these things. You're a busy man yourself.
It's not about being nice. This is a world that we created together.
Doesn't it bother you that she comes home later than you each night? I work in sales and I need to have meetings at times that work well for my clients. But there are times that I come home earlier than Alan. I'm a dedicated housewife, and I sacrificed my career to take care of my family. You should do the same. Alan's mother was being ridiculous. We lived in different times. I made sure that there was a hot meal on the table every night when my husband came home from work. I never asked him for any help with household chores. She's making it seem like she could have had a career, but I bet that's not even true. She doesn't even have a job, so it's kind of a given that she takes care of the house. We're so different. It was hard for me to get along with Alan's mother because we viewed things so differently. Alan's fine about me having a career. I don't know why his mother makes such a big deal about it. Ugh, I'm so tired. When is she going to leave me alone and let me live my life the way I want to?
I'm so sorry about this, Helen. You don't deserve to be bullied by my mother like that. I keep on asking her to stop, but she can't seem to.
I wonder if she'd be nicer to me after we have children.
I'm not so sure about that. My mom can be pretty stubborn.
I'm upset that I'm having so much trouble conceiving.
You don't need to be sad about that. It'll happen when it happens. We can stop the fertility treatments if they're stressing you out. I'm mad at myself for not being able to control my mother better.
Well, we'll get through this together. I'm happy to be married to you, Alan.
You too. I'm so looking forward to our honeymoon next month.
Same here, I can't wait.
I've been playing this for so long and we finally get to go! Yay!
Where do you want to go, though? We still haven't decided.
That's the hardest part.
How about we go to more than one destination?
That's a great idea. Let's do that. Now we need to decide on which hotels to stay at.
Al and I were having a lot of fun planning our honeymoon together. We've been married for a half a year already, but it took us this long to plan our honeymoon because we've both been so busy. The first 6 months have been difficult in terms of dealing with Alan's mother. For example, she went out and bought some furniture for our apartment without our permission. The furniture totally clashes with the style of our apartment. You don't seem to understand what having a tasteful living room looks like.
Mom, let us decide what works best for our apartment.
What are you doing? Stop nagging me, Helen. I was checking to make sure that you weren't stealing any money from Alan. There's no need for that. Alan and I talk about our finances and are in complete agreement. I'm his mother. I'm allowed to take a look if I want to. Alan's mother had no boundaries and it was very aggravating. I had to look at the lingerie in your drawer and... Why in the world would you do such a thing? You're invading my privacy. Why is everything so dull? You need to spice it up a bit. That's why you and Alan are still childless. Please don't do this. You're making me very uncomfortable. There were times when I thought about Alan's mother before going to bed and I would end up having nightmares about her. The day of our honeymoon finally arrived. It started off great and Alan and I were enjoying ourselves. One night at the hotel, we were getting ready for bed after a busy day. I received a phone call from the front desk of the hotel. What? Are you sure? Yes, Alan's mother is waiting for him in the lobby. I don't believe this!
What's going on, Helen?
Your mother is in the hotel lobby.
No way! She wouldn't!
What should we do?
Hand the phone over to me. This is Alan speaking. You said that my mother's in the lobby? Could you please ask her to leave? I don't want to see her.
Really? Are you sure? Okay.
Yes, I'm sure. It can't be my real mother.
Oh, okay.
What kind of crazy mother shows up at her son's honeymoon venue?
I'll let the woman know that you're unavailable. Are you sure about this, Alan?
Yes, my mother has gone too far this time. She shouldn't be bothering us on our honeymoon.
The thing that bothers me the most is that I keep on thinking, how long has she been following us?
I hadn't thought of that.
It's creepy. Oh no.
Whoa! What's happening, Helen?
Take a look at this photo.
What the hell?
As you can see, my mother-in-law was insane. She'd been following us around while we were enjoying our honeymoon.
Why in the world would she do such a thing? And how did she know where we were gonna be?
You didn't tell her, did you?
No, I didn't. How about you?
Of course not.
Then how did she find out? Ah!
When I answered the call, the receptionist told us that Alan's mother was insisting that she should see Alan. I was mad at her for ruining our honeymoon, but we couldn't continue to ignore her any longer. What was she thinking? She needed to let Alan go. He was an adult, and he was married to me. I won't forgive her. Troublebusters. Tell me which room my son is staying in. Our guest, who may be your son, has said that his mother wouldn't come to see him while he was on his honeymoon and asked not to be disturbed. My son wouldn't say that. He would want to see me if he knew I was here. He's such a sweet boy. My ex-husband cheated on me and left me, and my son was the one that helped me get over it.
Mommy, don't cry. Cheer up. I'm by your side. When I'm older, I'll marry you.
You see? He's kind like that. Now tell me which room he's staying in. If you can't do that, ask him to come down to the lobby.
Mom, what the hell are you doing here?
Alan, how nice to see you. You're so sweet. I knew you'd come down to see me.
Mom, you're inconveniencing the people working here as well as us.
What do you mean by that?
Could you please leave us alone? We're on our honeymoon. We want to be alone.
What?
You heard me.
I don't believe you. I'm sure that Helen asked you to say that to me. You wouldn't be so cold to me, I'm sure of it.
I try to be nice, but in this case, you've gone too far.
We'll be home in 2 days, so could you please wait for our return at home? I'm not leaving without Alan. Why in the world not? You brainwashed my son, I know it. He wasn't like this before. I want my son back.
Helen didn't do a thing, Mom. This is all me.
To be honest, I don't approve of Helen. Why would she prioritize her career over her husband? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And she uses work as an excuse not to get the household chores done. Alan and I have agreed to do the household chores together and support each other's careers. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's right, Mom. This is between Helen and I. You don't get a say in this. How many times do I have to ask you to stop pestering Helen?
I firmly believe that it's a woman's job to take care of her husband. Alan makes enough money for the both of you, so why is there a need for Helen to continue working? Don't you know that the cost of living has gone up considerably, and it's better for Alan and I to both have jobs? If something were to happen to one of us, the other could fill in if we both have jobs, and I feel more secure if we both make money and save up as much as we can for the future. Yes, whatever. Say what you want. You don't want to quit your job because you're having an affair with someone at your office. That's absurd. Why would I cheat on Alan? We just got married and I love him very much.
Mom, you're being very rude to Helen. You owe her an apology.
Alan, don't let Helen fool you. Your father did the same to me. He cheated on me with someone like Helen. There's another reason why I hate women with careers. I just don't trust them. Helen comes home late because she spends her time with her lover after work. I just know it. And I bet it's not just one man. She probably has affairs with her colleagues, bosses, and clients. Helen's just like the hideous woman that stole your father away from me. If she really loved you, she'd take better care of you in your home. And it's not as easy as it sounds. You can't have a career and also take care of the house. It also bothers me that you make more than Alan. Think about how that makes him feel. Alan, you should divorce Helen and marry someone that actually respects and values you. You're delusional. You have no right to depict me as a monster.
I agree. You're being insane and unnecessarily cruel to Helen.
Alan, she's fooling you. My heart says so. I respect and love Alan from the bottom of my heart. Well, I know that you're not dumb enough to admit your affairs in front of Alan, but I'm right about this. You have no idea what you're talking about. Just admit you're having an affair, look down on housewives, and have no respect for Alan. I will do no such thing. There's no truth in that. You're not even able to produce offspring. You're good for nothing.
Mom!
How dare you? You're wasting your money on the fertility treatments. If you were a good wife to Alan, you'd be able to conceive a baby naturally. Or are you personally trying to not get pregnant so you can continue your affairs with multiple men? Why do you hate me so much?
Helen!
See, she ran away because she's guilty. She's probably going to call one of her lovers now. Yay, I saved Alan from that horrible woman. Alan, how about we go up to your room now? I'm tired.
Get away from me, Mom! You make me sick!
What? Alan?
I put up with you all these years because you were my mother, but not anymore! Helen is my family now, and I'm gonna protect her from you!
Why are you mad at me?
I have every reason to be furious with you, and you ruined our honeymoon! You really hurt Helen by pointing out the fact that we're having trouble conceiving, and it didn't help that you made it sound like there was something wrong with her. You're despicable!
I was only being honest. I mean, Helen is the reason she's not able to get pregnant, right?
That doesn't matter! You had no right to criticize Helen like that. If you're so eager to stay at this hotel, you can have our room. We're leaving. Once we get back, you're no longer welcome at our house, and I never want to see you again.
Alan, don't say that.
I'm cutting you out of my life. I should have done this sooner.
Alan, wait. Where are you going? I'm your mother. You're joking about cutting me out of your life, right? Let's talk about this. Alan! Alan came and found me and explained to me what he was going to do about his mother. He'd come up with a plan to kick his mother out of our lives permanently. We first rented out another apartment so that his mother couldn't bother us anymore. Alan's mother came to our house every day to try to talk to us, but we waited for the right moment when she was gone and moved out of the house. She called us constantly, but neither of us picked up her calls. I also received text messages from her apologizing to me. Helen, I'm so sorry for hurting your feelings. Please forgive me. Could you please get Alan to talk to me again? He's mad at me and won't stop ignoring me. I won't criticize you anymore, so could you please convince Alan to forgive me? I can't live without him in my life, please. I was fed up with her calls and messages, but I knew that I only had to endure them a little longer.
I'd like to report a black van that's been parked in front of our house recently. It looks very suspicious.
Where in the world is Alan and Helen? I bet it was Helen's idea to hide from me. I hate her so much. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to come here every day until I catch them coming home. Excuse me, may we speak to you? Yes, what is it? As you can see, we're police officers. Why would you want to speak with me, though? We've gotten complaints that your van is suspicious, and they asked us to check it out. May we check inside your van to make sure that there are no hazardous items? You can, but I don't possess anything dangerous. You do seem a little suspicious if you ask me. Okay, we'll check your van, and if there are no issues, we'll leave you alone. I don't think it's necessary if you dig through all that trouble, but okay. This is our job, so it'll only take a minute. By the way, what kind of music are you listening to? Nothing. I use the headphones to drown out the noise around me. Oh, okay. Well, we need to make sure that you take the headphones off while you're driving. What are you doing on this street anyway? Are you waiting for someone? Why all the questions? I didn't do anything wrong. Why is that machine on your back seat? And why did you hide it under a blanket? Oh, it's nothing. Could you please leave me alone now? We will as soon as we finish checking your van. Make it quick, I'm busy. And the inside of my van is getting cold because the door's been open for a while now. If you're cold, why don't you use the blanket on top of that machine? The blanket is dusty, I don't want to use it. Why is it dusty? I left it in my van for too long without washing it. I see. Are you going to be long? No. Get on with it then, please. I don't appreciate you going through my personal belongings, though. Well, we're only doing our job. Fine, but please hurry. Okay. Well, don't just stand there. My name is Teresa, and I'm going to look inside your van. Please take the blanket off the machine. I don't want to. Why not? Ugh, you're totally annoying. Do you know that? Let's see here. This is What the hell are you doing? Whoa, this is a bugging device. So what if it is? You had no right to do that. I'm innocent. Look, it was an accident. My hand happened to touch the blanket and it slid down, okay? I know that it wasn't an accident. We have some questions that we have to ask you, so could you please come down to the space? Yes, follow me. I'm not coming with you. Why not? I didn't do anything, so I don't need to go. I know that you're just gonna ask me all these questions and take up my time. If you cooperate, it won't be long. But if you don't, you can end up being with us the whole day. It's up to you. Ugh. Alan's mother ended up going down to the police station against her will. After being questioned, it became clear that Alan's mother had bugged our house, and so she was arrested. I only did it because I was worried about my son and I wanted to look after him. You went into your son's house uninvited to set up a bugging device. That's a crime. Do you know that? It's my son's house, and as his mother, I'm allowed to go into his house even when he's not home. Your son didn't give you permission to do that, so it's a crime. You were right, Alan. Your mother did get arrested. Wow.
Well, she committed a crime, so she saw that coming. I didn't give her any permission to come into our house and bug it. She was charged for trespassing on our property. She won't be penalized too heavily because this is her first time getting arrested and she's my mother, and I hope that this taught her a big lesson. I did obtain a restraining order against her, though. She's not allowed to come see us or contact us.
Yes, the restraining order makes me feel better about the whole situation with your mother. I'm sorry that things became so ugly, though.
Yes, me too. I wanted all of us to get along, but she made it impossible for us.
That she did. Alan's mother stopped harassing us after her arrest. She didn't want to get a criminal record by upsetting us. With Alan's mother out of our lives, I didn't have anything to stress about anymore. My fertility treatments worked and I was finally pregnant. We were expecting a baby boy and Alan and I are thrilled.
I feel him kicking! It's amazing!
We were polite enough to let Alan's mother know about her grandson, but we weren't ready to let her meet him in person just yet. I can't wait to meet my grandson. I'm so excited. And I miss Alan so much. Alan's mother is too attached to her son, and her love for him is too strong sometimes it ends up hurting other people. She needs to learn to control her emotions and be a reasonable person. Troublebusters. Hey, Alan, it's time for you to move out now. I got your father's inheritance, and there's no point in us living together anymore.
Fine. I promise to disappear from your life.
What are you doing? Make them stop. This is my house now. You can't do this without my permission.
I'm leaving this house and also tearing it down. My name is Alan, and I'm 31 years old. I travel a lot for work. I'm on my way home from a 4-day business trip, and I'm desperate to get home. I'm home! Oh no! As I predicted, there were a ton of dirty dishes in the kitchen sink. What is wrong with her? Why can't she clean up after herself? Dad!
Oh, Alan, you're home.
Where's your wife?
I have no idea. She went out.
So you've been on your own the whole day?
Yes, it's always like this. I'm used to it.
Have you eaten? Is that all you had? It's not even healthy. What about breakfast and lunch?
I only had one meal today.
What is she thinking? She trying to kill you? I helped my father bathe, made his bed, and prepared a hot meal for him. He was very happy to have me home. My father then went to sleep.
See you soon, Hugo. I had a great time.
Same here. Come see me at the club again.
Of course I will. I can't wait to see you again. Good night. I plan on becoming very rich soon. Then I can spend as much money as I want on you, Hugo. You need to promise to be faithful to me, though, okay?
I promise. I love you, Sarah.
Bye, Hugo. If only I were 10 years younger.
Sarah, where were you and why are you coming home so late?
Alan, I didn't know that you were back home already.
Are you hiding something from me?
You scared me. I didn't expect for you to be standing there waiting for me.
You left my dad all alone at home and barely fed him.
I did no such thing. I had to go see a friend, okay?
You're really irresponsible. You're his wife. You need to take better care of my father.
I did what I could, and I can't spend every minute of my time with him.
All you did was buy him some food from the convenience store. Think about his health. He's not gonna get any better by eating junk food. Do you even care about him? Because I'm starting to doubt it.
Stay out of this, Alan. This is between me and your father. You're not even dating anyone. You have no idea how marriage works.
You reek of alcohol, and I'm not talking about your marriage. I'm asking you to take better care of my sick father. You're a terrible wife to my father. All you care about is yourself.
You have no right to make negative assumptions about what kind of a wife I am to your father. If you're not satisfied with the way I'm taking care of him, you do it.
In fact, I take care of him all the time.
Whatever, I don't have to listen to you. I'm sick and tired of you criticizing me all the time. As soon as your father's gone, I'm kicking you out of this house.
You're unbelievable and a monster. What a bitch. My stepmother and I didn't get along from the start. I knew that she didn't love my father. She was waiting for him to die so that she could take all of his money. This really bothered me because I love my father. I was seriously consider asking my boss at work if I could reduce the number of business trips I go on so that I could take better care of my father. I wanted to make sure that my father didn't need to be around his wife. She did more damage to him than good.
Hey, asshole, you dirtied the sheets again and they stink.
Sarah, what the hell are you doing to my father? I couldn't keep my father at home. He wasn't safe here. I considered checking him into a hospital. I took my father out for a walk when Sarah wasn't home and told him about how I felt about his living situation. Alan, you don't need to worry about me. I'm fine. Really? Are you sure? Yes, I'm dying, and I'd rather die at home than in some hospital. Besides, I don't want you to waste your money. Hospitals are really expensive. I want to leave as much money as I can for you, and I hate hospitals. You don't need to worry about money. I have a great job, remember? I would feel comfortable if you stayed in a hospital because I'm not always around when you need me. Hey, it's my life. Let me be selfish about where I die, son. I'll deal with Sarah. I'm the one that married her. But she's really unreasonable. I tried really hard to persuade my father, but he wouldn't change his mind. I was worried that the situation with Sarah would go out of control.
What? $80,000 with interest. I can't have my husband taking his time. But before he goes, I need him to write up his will, leaving everything to me. I need you to finalize your will so that there's no confusion after you're gone.
Why do I have to take orders from you?
I don't want to fight with Alan about money after you're gone. You wouldn't want that now, would you? Make sure that he and I are taken good care of after you're gone.
Okay, fine. I'll get it done. Can both have half of everything that I own. Happy?
What? I only get half? I'm your wife.
Calm down. You'll get half of my savings, but everything else I'll give to you. This house and property is valued at $200,000. It's not a bad deal.
Fine, I'm okay with those terms.
Thanks. Oh,
You're so clumsy.
sorry about that.
All I asked is you to write your will out. Was that so hard? I'd appreciate it if you left this world soon. Stop dropping things onto the floor.
Okay, take a look. Does it look good?
Let me see. You wrote the date, signed the will, and the document is handwritten. Looks good to me. Now all you have to do is die. How much longer is it going to take to make me wait? I'm getting impatient. I can't wait to get my hands on your money and assets.
I don't know what I was thinking when I married you.
You saw this coming. You can't expect to marry someone younger and more beautiful than you without giving them something in return.
I'm such an idiot. Marrying you was the biggest mistake of my life.
Yes, you're a real idiot. I agree with you there. If you die, you won't have to regret your choices anymore. I'm glad that I married you. I just need to wait a little longer. Once you're gone, I'll have $550,000 all to myself. Yay! I can party as much as I want to. Hooray! When I start running out of money, I'll just find another man to marry.
Somebody put me out of my misery. Helen, I'm going to miss you. I had no idea that all this was going on because I was on another business trip. 1 month later, my father's condition had worsened significantly and I had to prepare myself to lose him. Helen? Yes, Dad, I'm right here. Okay, good. My eyesight is almost gone. I can't see you. Will you come a little closer? Helen, could you please take me to the hospital? Sure, but why the sudden change of heart? Once I'm in the hospital, don't come visit me until the day that I die. Why? That's crazy! Helen, I'm prepared to die now. I don't want you to see me at my worst. You don't need to go through that. You've already done so much for me. Everyone is alone when they die. I need to fight this one on my own. You understand, right? This is for the best, and I want you to remember me when I was at my best. I don't want your last impression to be sick and weak. Dad, as for Sarah, I've dealt with it already. Lend me your ear. Wow, you thought of everything. I'm proud of you, Dad. Thanks. I'm proud of you too. I'll leave the rest to you. You got it, Dad. 3 weeks later, my father passed away. For some reason, Sarah cried in front of his grave. I still don't know to this day what those tears meant. As soon as my father's funeral was over, Sarah showed me her dark side.
Hey, Alan, it's time for you to move out. I got your father's inheritance. I no longer need you in my life. Now get out. Your father left me this property and house and everything inside it. You got half of his savings. Don't expect to get anything more.
Yes, I understand. I'll move out ASAP. Give me 3 days and I'll be out of your hair. It'll take me that much time to gather all my belongings and find a new place to live.
Fine, but don't take anything valuable from this house. It's all mine.
I won't. You don't have to worry about that. I'm more than happy with the money that my father left me.
Okay, you only have 3 days, so I suggest you start packing. I don't want to see your face here after that.
Got it. You won't see me ever again. Sarah then left for a short trip with Hugo. I had to keep my promise to my late father. I wasn't gonna let her get away with pressuring my father to die and then taking his money to spend it on a different, younger man. I wasn't going to forgive Sarah! Trouble Busters! 4 days later.
I had a great trip, Hugo. See you again soon.
Yes, I'll be waiting for you at the club.
Trip was so much fun, but I ended up spending $10,000. Being with a man like Hugo can be expensive, but I love him anyway. I need to start liquidating my inheritance. Hey, what's going on here? Alan, make them stop.
Oh, hi, Sarah.
Don't hi Sarah me. What are you doing to my house?
Well, I'm moving out, but I'm also tearing down the house. I don't want to hold on to the memory of my father in this house. It makes me too sad. I'm sure that you don't want to be reminded of him either.
You should have talked to me about this first. I want you to stop this construction right now.
You can't order me around. I've already decided to tear down the house, and you can't stop me.
You have no rights to this house anymore. I could sue you for doing this.
Yeah, so you say.
You're committing a crime. You're going way too far. You're going to pay for this.
Like I said, I don't need your approval.
Of course you do. This is my house.
That's where you're wrong. My father left me the property in the house.
No, your father left it to me.
Let me explain it to you. Follow me. I took Sarah to a law firm with me. She was furious the entire time. Hello, Sarah. Nice to meet you. I'm Mark, Alan's lawyer. Mark used to represent my father when he was alive. Before my father was hospitalized for the last time, we came here to notarize his will. And here it is. I'll be reading out the contents to you both.
Hold on a second. My late husband and I created his will together. I already know what it says. I have the real one with me right here.
This happens all the time. Mark, what happens when there's more than one copy of someone's will? First, we check each copy and make sure that it's legitimate.
Good. That means that the will I have is legitimate. And that means that the house and property belong to me. See, I was right. You shouldn't have destroyed my house.
But take a look at the other will, Sarah. It's more recent, and it says that my father leaves all of his assets and money to me. It's written here that he leaves you with nothing. Yes, that's right.
I don't believe this. Did your father trick me?
That seems to be the case. Ouch! She doesn't deserve to get anything from my father. She was a terrible wife to him.
That asshole. I never should have married that loser. I wasted a few good years of my life on him, and this is how he repays me?
Now that we've established that the house belongs to me, I need you to leave and never bother me again.
Hold on a second. The will I have here is valid as well.
Let me check. I see.
It's valid, right?
Please be quiet. I'm trying to see if it is or not. The wording looks fine, and it says here that Alan's father's savings should be split equally between you two, and all other assets go to Sarah.
I told you so. Huh.
But this will is not valid.
Huh? Why would you say that? You said there was no issues with the wording.
There isn't, but the problem is that there's no date written on the will. Without a date, the will is invalid.
But, I checked that my husband wrote the date on this.
You may have, but as you can see, there is no date on here, which makes the will invalid.
But he wrote the date, I'm sure of it.
Sarah was telling the truth. My late father wrote up the will according to the rules, and he did write the date too. What Sarah didn't know was that my father had tricked her. He had written the date with an erasable pen. The ink of the pen would fade and disappear over time. Wow, Dad, you're crazy, but good thinking. It's the best way for you to teach Sarah a lesson.
Right? I intentionally dropped the first pen that Sarah handed me after I was done writing the will. When it was time for me to write down the date, I used a pen with erasable ink on it. I can't let her get away with taking all of my assets. She doesn't deserve to have them. Pretty neat, right? She won't suspect a thing.
I'm glad that it worked out, because if it hadn't and she found out, she would have strangled you herself.
I know Sarah well, and I knew that my plan would work. I knew that she wouldn't open the envelope of the will after I sealed it, because if she does, it becomes invalid. She wouldn't risk doing something like that. I knew that if I allowed her to check the will before I sealed it, she would be happy, and that's exactly what I did. And it all worked out. The only thing I'm upset about is that I won't be around to see the shock on her face when she realizes the will is invalid. I had to stop myself from laughing when I saw how happy she was that I had written the will according to her wishes. Now I can die in peace.
I'm such an idiot for trusting that man.
I suppose you are. Now that we've established that the will you have is invalid, Alan will inherit everything from his father according to the latest will.
This is so unfair. I took care of him when we were married. I deserve some sort of reward, don't you think?
Do you really?
As his widow, I'm entitled to some sort of condolence money, you know?
You just think of everything, don't you? I know how desperate you are to get your hands on his money.
I just want what I deserve. You can't cheat me out of my money.
Well, unfortunately, you don't deserve anything.
Why the hell not? It doesn't make any sense.
In ordinary cases, the spouse of the deceased would receive some money, but in your case, basically Mark is trying to tell you that your case is not ordinary.
Why in the world not?
Because you were abusing my father when he was alive.
I did no such thing. Stop making me look like a monster.
You know it's true. Take a look at this video.
Wake up, wake up, wake up! All you do is lie in bed. Get your lazy ass up. It's morning time. It's time for you to get out of bed. How long do you plan on being around? I don't want to take care of you. You're nothing but a nuisance to me. If you're gonna continue ignoring me, I'm gonna put these wet towels over your face. Where did you get this from?
My father had me set up a hidden camera in his bedroom because he wanted evidence of you abusing him.
Damn it!
How could you do such a thing? Alan's father was sick! You're a monster!
I was joking around. I didn't actually want to hurt him.
This is one of the nicer videos. We know that you've done much worse to him. In fact, you committed a serious crime. The videos that we have show that you're not qualified to receive any inheritance from my father or any condolence money.
But I need that money. I was counting on it.
Now that we've cleared this up, I don't want to see you ever again! You need to think about how you're going to pay for your crimes!
Please don't do this.
I don't have to listen to a word that you say to me. If you've been a good wife to my father, he may still be with us today. I won't forgive you for what you did to him. I despise you! You can't get away with abusing someone. You will be punished severely!
Alan, I didn't mean to.
I don't want to hear any more of your excuses, Sarah!
Let me explain myself to you. I took it out on your father because when he was still well, he was so busy with work and he didn't pay attention to me. I was really lonely.
That doesn't make it okay for you to abuse him and ask him to die! And I know that you're lying! My father came home for dinner every night after work. You're the one that went out and found yourself a lover!
Ugh.
Shame on you for trying to blame this on my dead father! I hope that you rot in hell!
Alan, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
There's no point in you apologizing! I know that you don't mean it. No matter what you do or say, you can't bring back my father! The only thing that'll make me feel a little better is to see you lose everything.
Please don't do this, Alan. I need your help. I promise to be a better person from now on. I can't go on living without your support. I'll be a good mother to you.
I've never considered you to be my mother. The only reason I tolerated you is because my father married you. I detested you from the start. You never loved my father. You were only after his money. Both my father and I knew that you were cheating on him. There's no way in hell that I would ever consider calling you my mother.
I never cheated on your father. I have a lot of male friends, that's all.
And you would be away for days on trips with some of these men. You left my father all alone and uncared for. I've seen the letters demanding payment of your loans. You now have around $80,000 in debt. Don't assume that you'll be able to get your hands on my father's money. You're getting nothing, and you're gonna work hard for the rest of your life paying the money that you owe. I took the liberty of sending all your stuff to a storage room nearby. I don't ever want to hear from you again.
Alan, I'm sorry for the way that I treated your father. I'm 42 and I have close to $100,000 in debt. I can't do this without your help.
I'm sure you borrowed the money telling your creditors that you would repay them once you got your husband's inheritance. If I were you, I'd pay back the money ASAP.
I know that, which is why I need Alan's help in paying the money back. Do you think that if I filed bankruptcy, the loan sharks would leave me alone?
In your case, all your expenses are related to socializing with other people, so you can't justify bankruptcy.
How about a debt consolidation then?
No thanks.
If I pay you, will you do it?
No, I only work with people that I like. I'm not gonna defend someone like you. I'm gonna be suing you for what you did to my father. This isn't over yet!
What?
I'll get the court to rule that you caused my father to die earlier than his time. I know that I'll win my case, so you need to be prepared to pay even more money. Alan's father told me to tell you that he'll be waiting for you in hell.
Why would he say that? Did he not go to heaven? Our marriage wasn't bad from the beginning, you know. It's not all my fault. I just didn't love him anymore over time. I wasn't attracted to an old man like him. I tried, I really did. You have to believe me. Please forgive me.
No one forced you to marry my father. You should have cared for him in both sickness and in hell. This is our way of getting back at you for what you did to my father. After you take on more debt, get a criminal record, and live in poverty, you'll begin to understand the gravity of what you've done.
No, I don't want that. Please don't.
Sarah lost her house and didn't have the money to pay her existing loans. I took her to court and sued her for abusing my father. The court ordered her to pay me $150,000 in damages, and she got a criminal record as I had predicted. He was now deep in debt and had no money. Sarah, get back here! You haven't paid us the money that you owe us!
Ah, leave me alone. I don't have any money.
In order to stay safe from the loan sharks, Sarah completely disappeared and I never heard from her again. I couldn't count on her paying me the money that she owed me, but it wasn't about the money for me. I just wanted to teach her a lesson that she would never forget. As long as she suffers, I'm okay with that. I sold the property that my father left me and moved to an apartment that was in close proximity to my father's cemetery, so that I could go see him anytime. I promised myself that I would take good care of the money that he left me and not waste it. The memory of my father would be with me always. The doctor that took care of my father in his last moments told me that, "Your father called out your name moments before he passed away. He loved you very much." I was very touched to hear that. I was gonna live the rest of my life making sure that he would be proud of me.
Trouble!